The guide on how to make your own OC for Project CD is coming. I'm still working on it. I just wanted to hop on and say this real quick. So let me start off by saying I already recorded this video, but I was very harsh on the show itself, and I have no idea who the algorithm is going to show this video to. The last thing I want is a has-been fan showing up at my door, and with that last script, that probably would have happened.
Hello?
Ho, the things that you've lied about.
So even though I have thoughts on the show, I'm gonna stay on topic this time. So Lavender Town, a pretty big artist here on YouTube, made a video on Has-Been Hotel where she talked about character design as someone who went to school for it. And while her color analysis was well thought out and showcased how knowledgeable she was, her redesigns of the characters were a little lackluster. And people's reactions are a genuine problem, at least for me. I feel like artists online can never have days where their art is a little off, or maybe they just drop the ball a little bit. I think Lavender Town not watching the show did contribute to the poor designs, but look at the poses and expressions. Haley is a talented and experienced artist. Her poses and faces are usually way more expressive and not stiff. She has her own published comic with well-designed characters, and she went to school for this, so this could all just be chalked up to a bad art day or a first attempt that needed more work. And this isn't me trying to be condescending towards her or dunk on her in a subtle way. I think it's completely fine to have days where your art is a little off. I think it's fine showing your audience that art as long as you realize that it could have been done better and you want to improve. Having an off day with art, even as a professional, is completely fine and normal. But apparently most of you disagree because you're all acting like she murdered someone.
Ah, shit. How could you do this to me?
No, sweetie, no. Wait a minute.
How could you do this? We've been together through everything. I took care of you. I love—
It's not what you think. Please.
I can't believe this. I'm just so disappointed in her with, like, this woman was my childhood. Like,
it's like... And I think this is because a lot of people expect artists to impress them with their concepts every single time, which is an unhealthy expectation, at least to me. I think professional artists should put their best foot forward overall, but it's okay to make mistakes or not stick the landing sometimes. And it is not the end of the world if those art mistakes see the light of day. The problem is not people saying that this isn't her best work. They have before. She made a video where she, I think, attempted realism, and people let her know in the comments that her attempt was not realistic in the slightest. And she came back and improved. This video is still up because I'm guessing people were more constructive and less dramatic with their criticism. I feel like the problem is making her feel like this video had to be completely removed. Like a poor piece of art existing is the ultimate sin and needs to be taken down immediately. This is why a lot of y'all can't relate to professional artists, because when they screw up, you completely spiral, demand that they take it down, question their intelligence, or even whether or not they're a good person.
That's too much, man.
And it's important that us amateurs and beginners can relate to them, because then it's easier to learn from them. Otherwise, you're quick to feel jealous or like you'll never be at their level. Do you know how relieved and almost happy I get when an artist I really admire admits that they're awful at drawing something?
It's like, oh, you're a regular person and not an art god whose skill level I can simply never achieve in this lifetime or the next.
Wow, I didn't know that.
How could you not know that?
Even when they show art that's just a few years old and their shading used to suck, they drew men super weird, it's like,
I'm just like you. I think that's true. You're just like me. Yes, I can see.
their mistakes show you just how earned their skill level is and that they're not perfect, that they were once like you and they worked really hard to get here, and so can you. I know a lot of these people who were insulting her integrity and even her over one piece of art were has-been fans, and we all know that they're kinda... But it seemed like even her own audience was turning on her and being overdramatic. Like, some light teasing of the redesigns would have been fine. That's what you do when you're following someone and you like them, but they make a harmless mistake. You tease them and laugh along with them and not at them. You don't accuse them of regressing as an artist and completely stop admiring them. But I have a theory on why some of y'all do this. Check how you talk to yourself when you're drawing and it's not going the way you want. Do you start calling yourself stupid, questioning your worth, just being awful to yourself in general? Some of you talk to artists like this because you talk to yourselves like this when you're having a bad art day, and now you normalized it and you think it's okay. but it's not. I know it seems like I'm saying just be nice to people or just be nice to yourself, but it is more complicated than that. People didn't even talk to me like this in my DeviantArt days when I was a baby artist posting trash. The few times people commented, they were encouraging, and if they weren't, I probably would have stopped drawing. Many of you don't understand that a positive, constructive attitude are important in the art world, whether it be an amateur or a professional. Haley is a professional, and yes, she's successful, but it's important that her mindset on making art is a healthy one. Why would you even want to risk changing that for her or anyone else just because you're a little frustrated? It's okay to have an off day or a weak concept. It doesn't mean the video needs to be removed, just that we need to do better going forward. I wish more artists posted their illustrations that just didn't work out and didn't feel like they had to take them down. I know Lavender Town is a grown woman. She does not need me to defend her. I know she doesn't hold any harsh feelings and is ready to come back with a video up to her standards, which good for her. But even if she did not let this get to her, I don't think this behavior is okay or normal. It's really not just about her. It's an unhealthy trend that I've seen for a while now, and I don't want to stay quiet and have it be even more normalized than it already is. I'll see you in the next video where I'll talk about making your own character for Project CD. Sometimes it is hard for me to get motivated to talk about my boys because it's like, well, no one really wants to hear about them, not really. But seeing your comments on how you genuinely want to know more about them, it does help. Anyway, comment what you think about this whole situation. Am I the one being dramatic, or have you guys noticed this harsh standard of perfectionism in the art community? Either way, I'm done talking. I will see you in the next video. Also, stop saying that Lavender Town whitewashed Alistair. I'm pretty sure the creator whitewashed him when she forgot to black code him properly. No curly hair, no thick lips, not even a black voice actor. Even if his palms were lighter and you kept the weird scene hair and the thin lips, then I'd be happy, but
nothing like that. She's nothing of the sort.
So the final verdict is
rice-skinned, but not light-skinned. That is a white child. That is Caucasian from the mountains of Caucasus. That is a Slavic baby, a Viking from Iceland.
Case closed. Next case.